If you have ever admired the statue outside the Chapel of the Three Companions at Gonzaga Prep, you've undoubtedly felt its immense presence. It's more than bronze and artistry. It's faith captured in form, friendship embodied, and purpose made tangible. Inspired by many, it's also the genius creation of Vincent D. Felice, a graduate of Gonzaga Prep's class of 1986. Known for his immense talent, his impeccable attention to detail, and his deep heart, Vince's creations transcend the physical and speak to the soul. Born into a talented family of athletes, doctors, nurses, attorneys, and dentists, Vince knew early on he would be taking a different life path, but it wasn't very clear exactly what that pursuit would be. He did know he was drawn to all things creative, especially during grade school art class, taught by legendary St. Charles art teacher Carol Curley. As Vincent remembers, I don't recall art as a priority over anything else. All I know is that I couldn't wait for the next time Mrs. Curley was coming to teach art. She would tell me that art is a joy and adds meaning to life. His pursuit of art in many mediums, from bronze sculptures to movie production design, inventions, and historical preservation, can be traced back to those early days in elementary art class. Mrs. Curley was the only person I knew at the time who was doing art in all sorts of forms and mediums, Vince recalls, with a sense of continuity over time, while also raising a family and teaching. Looking back, consciously or not, I've followed in her footsteps. As he headed to high school, Vincent's interest in art continued to simmer under another legendary art instructor, Gonzaga Prep's Frankie White. As a student, he was enamored with the transformative power of creating. However, he said, I still had no intention, inclination, or knowledge of pursuing art as a vocation. But Vincent did pursue his passion for art after high school. He received his Associate of Arts degree in design with a professional certificate in advertising from Spokane Falls Community College and was awarded the prestigious Governor's Scholarship to further his artistic pursuits. He also received the Outstanding Alumnus Award in 2005 from SFCC. He finished his undergrad education at Eastern Washington University, where he received degrees in both fine art and art history. In 1994, he began sculpting professionally, turning passion into meaning and meaning into something that lasts. And if there's a thread that runs through his sculptures, they are woven with humanity and faith. Over the next 30 years, Vincent D. Felice would sculpt 25 bronze commissions from North Carolina to St. Louis to Spokane. His iconic works have become synonymous with the institutions that display them, including This Is Our House, the monumental bronze bulldog outside Gonzaga University's McCarthy Athletic Center, Mr. Davenport in the lobby of the historic Davenport Hotel, Black Robe, Father Peter John DeSmit at Gonzaga University and DeSmit High School in St. Louis, Missouri, Joe Fan outside One Spokane Stadium, the Hutton Settlement Centennial Sculpture, Memorial to the Unborn at Holy Cross Cemetery, Barton Bulldog at Barton College in North Carolina, Stations of the Cross at St. Thomas More Catholic Church, and Lovebirds at Manitou Park's Mirror Pond. But perhaps no single work sums up Vincent D. Felice's prolific career more than the iconic statue of the Three Companions gracing the Gonzaga Prep Chapel of the same name. The towering bronze depiction of St. Ignatius Loyola, St. Francis Xavier, and St. Peter Faber is over 13 feet tall and is not only a centerpiece of Gonzaga Prep's campus, but a daily reminder of the community's values of our faith in contemplation, education, and action. It also found its way across the world, as a smaller version of the Three Companions statue was carried to Rome and presented to Pope Francis himself. It now resides in the Pope's personal residence, eventually bound for the Vatican's permanent collection. This creation stands as a testament to Vince's expression of faith, artistry, and how the enduring spirit of Gonzaga Prep reaches across the globe. From 2002 to 2007, Vincent also owned and operated Galleria di Felice with his wife Monique. Located inside the historic Davenport Hotel, the gallery represented the art of some of the Northwest's finest artists and craftspeople, connecting them to patrons around the world. From sculpture to art galleries, inventions to motion pictures, and historical preservation, Vincent D. Felice's creativity knows no bounds. As an artistic director and production designer, Vince has worked for over 30 years, bringing visual storytelling to life in over 35 feature films, 76 television episodes, and countless commercials. From sci-fi's Z Nation to critically acclaimed films like The Basket and Dreaming Wild, Vince's work doesn't just fill the screen, it transforms it. Whether sculpting a statue or designing a set, Vince has the unique ability to connect people to the narrative, leaving a lasting emotional impression. His work is not just about creating art. It's also about giving joy. His invention, the internationally distributed Ultimate Hand, has delighted sports fans across the globe and yet another example of Vincent D. Felice's desire to leave the world better than he found it. No matter how far he has traveled for his art, Vince's heart has always remained in Spokane, where he has become a guardian of the city's history. His painstaking restoration of Riverfront Park's famed carousel horses is a perfect example of his commitment to preserving the symbols of joy and tradition for future generations. But his true legacy lives on in the artistic talent of his children, Antonio and Sophia, also both graduates of Gonzaga Prep. During high school, Sophia won the 2016 National Congressional Art Competition for the 5th District of Washington State, was a Ken Spearing's Arts and Soul Foundation Scholarship recipient in 2017, and received the Spokane Scholars Fine Art Award in 2018. Antonio won the 2020 National Congressional Art Competition for the 5th District of Washington State as well. Each has had their work on display in the U.S. Capitol for 1 year. Both remain in the archives of the Library of Congress. Sophia and Antonio have been commissioned for their art, and now in graduate school and college, they continue to enjoy and produce art outside their academic pursuits. Ask Vincent D. Felice about his process, and he'll tell you about the intangible tools, patience, faith, and purpose that shape every piece. He has often said, art should give back, and he has lived by that belief. Every sculpture, film, invention, and restoration is rooted in his pursuit of authenticity and passion. His legacy is etched in bronze and painted across the screen, but it is also woven in the fabric of Gonzaga Prep and Spokane. His art reminds us of who we are, where we've been, and the potential we hold. It speaks of faith, connection, and purpose. Being impeccable at his craft and getting the small details right have been the most important things to Vincent D. Felice during his over 30 years as an artist, sculptor, inventor, and production designer. His work has been about efficient, focused, meticulous craftsmanship, the everyday pursuit for unattainable perfection. And those of us lucky enough to experience his creations are all the better for it. Vince, your art and your craft have brought joy and honor to your wonderful family and to our community. It is my privilege to welcome you to the Gonzaga Prep Hall of Fame. Congratulations.